Well, hi there, everybody, and good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning where it is a breezy, mild start to our morning. There are a few clouds here and there. There are actually a few showers and isolated thunderstorms kind of in these areas here, kind of just isolated, hit or miss. Most places aren't getting rain. It's not much, not too concerning. But as the morning goes on and turns to afternoon, maybe a few more popping up. And we'll even see some of those ahead of that cold front. But otherwise, it's going to be a fairly warm, somewhat windy day out there. We could see some gusts exceeding 35 miles per hour in spots. Later this afternoon, though, we get more of a concern of severe weather. Now, there's going to be maybe a couple of lines. This first one here is not much of a threat of severe storms. I watch more of what's going to be closer to the cold front for a chance of some strong to severe thunderstorms in here, which will continue into the evening. Later in the evening, past about 8 or 9 o'clock, though, that severe threat starts to come down, and these will weaken down to just showers as they push farther to the east. Notice, and I'll even back this up a little bit, most of the activities close to McCook, North Platte, by the time they get to the Tri-Cities, where you're looking at lower chances of mainly just plain old showers. Same thing in Lincoln, maybe about a 40 or 50% chance of rain, which will linger right into tomorrow morning. The cold front's through the Tri-Cities at 7 a.m. tomorrow by sunrise. It's going to slow down and kind of sit over southeast Nebraska tomorrow, where there could be a continued chance of rain. Most of us, though, more sunshine returning. A nice day temperature-wise, a little breezy out there. And as we get towards the afternoon, even more sunshine as the front continues its southeastward progress. Friday night to Saturday morning, a fairly quiet night, a cool night out there. No major issues. But then as we get towards Saturday morning, we start to see some rain that's actually going to move into northern areas during the day Saturday, and we'll see chillier temperatures work their way in, some blustering north and northwest winds, so it's almost a second cold front really. And then once those winds die down and the skies clear up Saturday night, we have got a chilly night ahead, the coldest night of the fall season so far, Saturday night into Sunday morning. But before that happens, we've got a little severe weather to talk about later today. A low-end chance of isolated severe weather, level 1 out of 5, marginal risk of severe storms. Threats include large hail, and these will again be isolated for the most part. Large hail up over an inch in diameter, 60+ mile per hour wind gusts. There's a very, very low-end chance of an isolated tornado. It's not a great chance. These other areas in that 0 out of 5 general risk, mostly just some non-severe weaker thunder showers, maybe some tiny hail, maybe some gusty winds, but not really expecting much of a severe weather threat in those spots there. Highs today, 70s and lower 80s, warmer the farther east that you go. Noticeably cooler behind our front back to the west and to the northwest here. You can see those 60s there, and that front's going to progress southeastward. Let's look at a closer look at the area here. We'll start you in the northwest where that front comes through here, and again, you got those temperatures right there in the 60s behind the front, 70s out ahead of it with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. More in the way of 70s in the south. We'll see some strong winds, especially closer to central Nebraska. Chances of rain greater the farther west that you go, not as good to the east until tonight. Lower 80s for highs here in southeastern areas. Some strong winds, partly to mostly sunny skies. Northeastern areas, upper 70s and lower 80s. Maybe a chance of rain and thunderstorms closer to O'Neill, but not much of a chance until tonight farther east. And again, strong winds out there for today. Tonight, a wide range in lows because of that front coming through. Behind it, you've got low 50s around Kearney, 40s, and then 30s into the Panhandle. Out ahead of it, 50s, mid and upper 50s, and lower 60s for lows. Not bad tomorrow, a little breezy. Highs will be back up into the 70s for most of us, maybe a few 60s across the west and the northwest here. Tomorrow night gets a little chillier as well, but still not terribly bad. Now, if your travels take you to Minneapolis, Minnesota for that Husker football game, which is a Friday night kickoff, 7 p.m. up there at Huntington Bank Stadium there in Minneapolis, downtown Minneapolis, it looks like the weather looks fine. The rain looks like it's going to stay to the southeast. The winds look fairly light, under 10 miles per hour, and skies will be mostly clear during the game. No weather concerns. Sometimes, and if you've ever gone to a game there in October, mid to late October, November, sometimes those games can get kind of cold up there in Minneapolis. Good news is that's not the case this year. Weather will not be an issue for the game. Our lows, Friday night and then by Saturday morning, we're down in the 40s for the most part. Saturday, temperatures dropping as another cold front comes through. We got 50s and 60s, some low 70s in southeast Nebraska. Some places, as that front comes through, may actually see a drop in temperatures in the afternoon, and there will be a chance of rain here as well in the northern half of the area. Look at this then, tomorrow night, Saturday night to Sunday morning here, our first frost or freeze of the season in many locations. 36 degrees or colder, frost is possible. 32 or colder, that's freezing. So consider bringing plants in or covering them up Saturday night and into Sunday morning here, Saturday night before you head to bed. Sunday morning will be a bit on the chilly side. Nice recovery though on Sunday. We get back up into the 60s and lower 70s. And we've got pretty typical fall ahead of us once we get beyond that as we move into Sunday and beyond. Next week looks pretty quiet for the most part. We'll be back into the 70s, breezy days, low, very typical fall for the most part. And then maybe a little bit of a warming trend by next weekend here. There are some signs of a little bit of a warm up coming as we look towards the final full weekend of October. Looking ahead to North Platte, again, rain and thunderstorms today. Pretty quiet after that, kind of chilly and blustery on Saturday, cold Saturday night and Sunday morning when those winds die down. Small chance of rain late Monday into Monday night. Otherwise, pretty typical fall ahead of us as we look towards next week here. Maybe that little bit of a warm up towards next weekend as we come back up maybe into the lower 70s. Well, everybody, thank you all for watching on this Thursday morning. I'll be back with you on Friday with all the latest. Take care and God bless. Bye.